Are you wondering if Etsy is still worth it in 2023? Maybe you've heard some other sellers share their experiences about why you should move your online business to another platform, or maybe you just think that it's just oversaturated for what you want to sell. Hey, I'm Lauren Keys, and in this video, I'm going to share 3 reasons why I believe Etsy is still worth it in 2023. And make sure you watch until the end, where I share the #1 reason why I love selling on Etsy. And if you're an introvert, this is for you. My sales have not slowed down this year whatsoever. I have products that I made over a year ago that still make me money today. If you are sitting on the sidelines about starting an Etsy shop, this is your sign to start today. And that is absolutely no joke. Now, I recently quit my mindset and business coaching business to focus purely on my Etsy shop. What I realized is that as a creative, I really enjoy creating and selling digital products and making money from them, like while I sleep, literally all day and all night, as opposed to the coaching business model where you sell, packages, sessions, you're always launching courses and programs. Just isn't my vibe. Anyway, that's enough about me. Pretty much the sooner you start, the sooner you are going to start making sales. So let's get into the #1 reason why I believe Etsy is still worth it in 2023. Etsy is a marketplace that people are actively looking to buy things. Okay, the way I see it is there is literally people walking around with money in their hands ready to pay you. If you tap into the right niche, you will make money on Etsy. Now, finding that niche is going to require research. You are going to actually have to put in the time and effort to see what people are searching for and how you can bring a unique spin to that, right? And then take your share of the pie. Digital products sell really, really well on the platform, and I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. There are so many creative ways of how you can create something and sell it. Now, in my shop, I primarily sell social media templates, but I have branched out into things like copywriting products, business and marketing materials, and it's sort of growing and expanding into something. I don't really know what it is yet, but I'm loving it. Now, over time, I started to get really creative with what I sold, but I also listened to the customers. So people would message me and request things like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And I just went and did it, and then those things happened to be a hit. Now, if you are a little bit more design savvy or that bit more creative, you're good at writing, you're good at visually putting things together and creating things, Etsy is literally a gold mine for you, because what I see is a lot of people, and this was me as well, they take their natural gifts and talents for granted. So when I first started my Etsy shop, I was selling Instagram posts, right? And it blew my mind that people paid me money to make Instagram posts because it was so easy for me to do. I could literally close my eyes and make these designs. It just came so effortlessly, easily, and naturally to me. And there are people online who don't have that skill set to be able to write, their captions for social media, write their emails, write their blog posts, create their logos or their digital business cards. And so if you can create templates around these sort of things, Etsy is going to be an absolute gold mine for you. Logos, digital business cards, and thank you cards, all those things are still very, very popular on Etsy today. Yes, it may look like those particular areas are saturated, but they're still selling really well. So if you can come in and niche down in some way that's not being sold online yet, you are going to tap into something amazing. 97% of the products in my store are templates. And the reason why I've gone down that path of selling templates is because there is demand for it. Like, templates sell extremely well on Etsy. So be sure to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be sharing more on how you can actually create and sell these kind of templates. There is definitely space for you on Etsy. It's just about doing your research and finding what people are looking for, and then creating something that is niche specific. So you want to avoid trying to create things that are very broad, just like, for example, a digital planner. If you're just going to create a digital planner of some sort, you will get lost in the search. So you have to be very specific with who is the digital planner for. And another thing that I want to throw in here is make sure that you actually enjoy what you're creating and selling. I know there's a lot of hype around all these amazing ideas of the products you can sell, But if you're forcing yourself just to create these products because they're popular and you can make all this money, you will burn out and you will find that you're just going to be unfulfilled because your heart is not actually in it. So it's really important that you enjoy what you're creating and selling. Try and match up whatever you're creating. Try and align it with your natural gifts and talents if you can. And in saying that, you don't have to be this amazing graphic designer or this highly creative person to be able to create these sort of digital products. Absolutely not. With platforms like Canva, it makes it so easy for people who aren't really design savvy to create amazing designs, if that makes sense. And the number 3 reason why I believe Etsy is still worth it in 2023 is with the introduction of AI. AI, ChatGPT, all the other, AI things that are coming out now is really, really going to help propel creatives online. And what I mean by that when it comes to selling digital products, in particular on Etsy, is you can literally use these sort of AI systems. In particular, I've been using ChatGPT to help generate ideas for things that I could sell. But not only that, let's say you find something you want to sell, but you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know, what do I include? How can I make this, the best possible product? You literally go into ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm going to create a wedding invite template. What should I include in this? And then it will literally tell you like the structure and the layout. Okay, you need the date, you'll need the name, you'll need the address. So having AI there is such a useful tool to help generate ideas and give you structure for your products that you want to create. Having these AI tools is literally like having a personal assistant. Well, that's how I see it anyway. And it's made the creative process so much more easier. So when it comes to selling digital products on Etsy, the possibilities are endless. There's so much opportunity there and it's only going to continue to grow. Now, as promised, this is the number 1 reason why I absolutely love selling on Etsy. And it's because you don't even need to have a social media presence to be able to make sales on Etsy. So my entire shop, I have made all my sales from Etsy itself, from buyers on the platform searching and having my stuff coming up in the suggested columns. I don't have any sort of Instagram, Facebook profile whatsoever, like directing traffic to my Etsy store. It's all on the one platform. And the reason why I think this is beautiful is because I know there are a lot of people out there, a lot of creatives who don't particularly like social media. They don't want to have a presence on there. They don't want to constantly be showing up for their followers and selling stuff to them. And that's not required. You don't have to have social media to be able to have a successful Etsy store. Now, in saying that, sometimes if I have something that relates to some people who I know follow me, I will make a little story and be like, I've just created, such and such, click on the link. I will do that like once in a blue moon. But what I'm saying is like 99.9% of my traffic to my Etsy store is from the platform itself. And that's what I mean by Etsy is a marketplace where people are actively looking to buy things. Like, I personally don't believe you need to go out and create a separate website to sell your digital products straight away. To me, I just think, why would I waste my time and energy doing that when there are people already on Etsy searching for what I want? It just saves all that time, energy, and money of going and doing that separate website. Just make the most and utilize Etsy. Of course, depending on your business model and where you're going with this, if you want to do a website, that is perfect. But for me, when I, first got into it, I just wanted to start making sales as soon as possible. So for me, it was the right decision to just focus purely on Etsy. Now you might be wondering, well, what about Pinterest? Because I know a lot of other sellers talk about how they direct traffic to their store from Pinterest. For me personally, I tried the whole Pinterest thing and it was just too time consuming. It was overwhelming. I wasn't familiar with the platform. I just didn't really vibe with it. So I just ditched the whole thing and I still made money anyway. Now, of course, directing traffic to your Etsy store from external places like social media, of course, that is incredible. And, if you can do that through your social media platform and that's something you want to do, that is absolutely going to help generate more sales for you. But it's not required. There is a lot of opportunity on Etsy. The platform continues to grow. So instead of waiting around for perfect timing or to feel better about yourself, just get in and start today. The sooner you take action, the sooner you start creating those products, okay, the sooner you're going to start making sales. Also keep in mind that it takes about 1 month for your listing to actually gain some traction. So what I usually do, if there's like a goal or if there's something in particular that I want to save my money towards, I will literally smash out the listings and create as many listings as I can for that month, knowing that within the next couple of months, that is going to take off and I'm going to have an influx of sales. Now I have some other videos here on learning more about Etsy and selling digital products. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more.